Yes, don't forget doggydiamondsnofilter.com is the website. Doggydiamondsnofilter.com is the website. Make sure you log on daily if you want all the videos, all the podcasts, the audio versions of this podcast. All of that is below in the description box. And if it's not there, I'm going to make sure it's there. Also, for only $100, I'll promote your content on my Twitter, Facebook, Insta Stories, YouTube community, and threads. Also, doggydiamondsnofilter.com. Hit me up on Instagram at doggydiamonds for your promo. Serious inquiries only. Must be Cash App ready. Okay, y'all. I'm here after a wild night. I just came on here impromptu, so I'm here. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Doggy Diamonds. This is the Interlude TV. I got to click on something really quick. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, I'm here. So I have compression and I have a bunch of stuff that I could click on here prior to me going live, and I be forgetting to do it sometimes. So on the playback of the audio, I be a little upset at what I hear. Just me sometimes. It's not bad, but I hear what I hear. So I'm here really quick. I'm not gonna keep y'all long tonight, I promise. I just wanted to come on here really quick and just ask y'all something and just really give a little editorial piece on, I've been seeing lately different memes, different videos of people saying um when you're 30 or when you reach past 30, you need to stop rapping, you need to quit and all that. And to a certain extent, I might agree with that. Hey Ryan, what's going on? I might agree with that. But how could we say that for everybody when some people still got it, right? So do we frown upon and look at a rapper because he's of a certain age, he wants to start rapping when he's 45 years old, or he's 37 years old? Should we say, oh, you shouldn't rap? What if they're good, right? Do we look at people a certain way because they're old? Like, how do we age people out of hip hop? How do we age people out of expression? Now, my thing is this: if you are 45 years old, 50 years old, and you still talking about stuff that the youth would rap about, then maybe. If you still talk about money, cars, girls, jewelry, selling narcotics and all that stuff like that, then maybe you should give it up. But imagine being a certain age and you got jewels and information to give. That's almost like saying you don't want to hear another Ghostface album. Ghostface is in his 50s. I want to hear another Ghostface album. I can't wait to hear another Ghostface album. I can't wait till he put out another album. So I just think in our culture, we're just quick to just denounce the elders or denounce the youth. I think I would be interested in hearing certain things that I felt like some of these artists didn't give us, right? Like I would love to hear how maybe Rakim would sound over a Just Blaze beat. I would love a Apollo Brown and Rakim project. Rakim is up there in age, but I would wonder, and I wonder how he thinks at this time. We don't see many interviews, we don't see certain things, and that doesn't mean let's throw out the youth. That doesn't mean that the youth can't make their music for their youth, but the youth cannot speak to me. When you're in your mid 40s, I don't want to listen respectfully. I don't think that somebody that's 27 can really say anything that resonates with me if they're talking about their day-to-day lifestyle. It wouldn't resonate with me. I wouldn't understand it. Now unless they talk about getting up and eating a certain way and working out and spending time with, the girl or something like that, then maybe that will resonate with me. But the day-to-day activity that some of the youth talk about, it doesn't resonate with me. So I think we kind of get aged out of as listeners because we don't have anybody to listen to. And I think as the hip hop artists get older, they should still make music because they still have an audience. They still have an audience that could resonate with them. Imagine a rapper came out and said his back been hurting. His he got his back hurt, from years of whatever, or he gotta go to the doctor, or his kids is driving them crazy, and they put it to a dope beat and they put it lyrically, we still is going to resonate with us. Or a rapper saying that he should have did this or did that. I think that that would be very, very inspirational, and it's needed. And I think for the most part, we don't really hear any voices that resonate with some of us that are 40. If you over 30, because they're saying don't rap if you're over 30. So if you over 30, then some of these youthful children don't resonate with you anyway, right? Respectfully, I don't want to hear Busta Rhymes with Coi Leray. I don't want to hear Busta Rhymes with Bia. I don't want to hear a 50-something-year-old man trying to reclaim his youth or be youthful with an artist that's going to make music that's for young women. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. So that's why we find ourselves, like Ryan is saying, we listen to old school stuff. We listen to stuff that was old because now it doesn't resonate. The music doesn't resonate. The frequency doesn't resonate. What they're talking about doesn't resonate with us. So a lot of times we want to listen to older stuff. And let's not forget, by that example, when you're 30, you shouldn't be rapping. There would be no Wu-Tang because most of the Wu-Tang members were 30 years old and better when they started rapping. And look at the greatness that they gave us and look at the history that they was able to give us. So I agree with some of the people in the chat. There's no age limit in music. Make good music. That's it. It's going to resonate with somebody. Now, if you have hip hop dreams and you think hip hop is going to take you out of poverty or hip hop is going to be the way that you don't have to get a job and take care of your family and you're resting on hip hop this and hip hop that, then you might have a problem. But if you're doing it as a hobby and you're putting your hobby out and you're getting love for your hobby and one day your hobby can turn into a job and an income, who are we to say, yo, you too old to rap? It's an elder that's nice as hell. I don't even know if y'all saw him. I seen him on Instagram. He could rap. You know, he could rap, and he's the elder. He got like some gold teeth. I wonder if you know who this guy is, but he does old songs. I'm like, damn, he kind of nice, but he dresses kind of funny. So, you know, when you look at him, you might say, well, what the hell is wrong with him? But he could rap. And shout out to all the brothers that's 40 plus, 50. I mean, Nas just dropped albums that people love. So what if by this logic, you should stop rapping because you old? What about this logic of, yo, it's a young man's game? I don't think it's a young man's game. I think that's, even though I don't believe that the Willie Lynch thing really existed, but the idea of the letter exists when it comes to hip hop. How could we say you're too old to rap when you still hear Method Man rapping the way he's rapping, on point? The flow, the bars is still up to par, and you know he's 50. So how could we don't want to hear that Method Man? So okay, if we're gonna age some of the people out, who's replacing them? See, when we start thinking about who's gonna replace some of them, then we know our culture is in trouble. Because okay, we had Rakim. Rakim was still in his prime. He still was in his heyday, I guess, when Nas came out. But if we want to say that Nas replaced Rakim, this type of content, that was a good replacement. So if we're going to leave it on the young guys, it ain't looking too good. It's not really looking all that good. So we need some of the elders to still lead the way. We still need lyricism. We still need smart rap. We still need grown-up rap. We still need intelligent rap. Big Lou, you are right in exact. Method Man is nicer now than he's ever been. So I think I'm tired of hearing people saying it's a young man's game. Once you get a certain age, you need to stop and all that. No, I want to say to all the bros out there, I don't care how old you are. If you still got it in you and you still got something to say something. It's going to resonate with somebody. But if you're trying to be youthful and you're trying to be young via your raps and you're trying to live a young man lifestyle via your raps, then maybe you could be aged out because you don't live like that. But if you're sitting there and you're talking about what's going on in life, we need some real deal lessons in hip hop from a collective. And only certain people could give us that. Only certain people could put things in perspective right now. The youth haven't lived long enough to be able to put things in perspective. That's why they talk to who they talk to. That's why they talk to each other, because they understand each other. But I don't understand. I don't understand somebody who's 27. I don't understand somebody's who's uh uh 17 or 18 rapping. I don't understand it. The lyrics are not the same as a young 19-year-old Nas, as a 19-year-old Big Daddy Kane. At one point, the consciousness was so big in hip hop, you had to be smart. You had to have some intelligence to be able to rap. People would not pass you the microphone in parties. People wouldn't say, yo, my man is nice. Now, everybody is rapping. So again, it's not about the numbers you get. It's not about the streams. It's what I'm taking from your music. What am I taking from? Does this beat resonate with me? Does this style resonate with me? Because remember, Tupac was 22, 23 years old when he came out. And then he died at 25 years old. But look at the profound things that he said at a 25-year-old that some of these 25-year-olds don't never say. They don't think like that because it was a different time. Right? So again, if these guys still have something to say that could put certain things in its proper perspective about society, about what's going on, please continue. Please don't let nobody tell you you're too old. Please don't let your gray hair, your bags, your achy back, please don't let that stop you from being what you are, because a lot of people are dope ass artists. A lot of people know production, they know beats. We need that. We need that. We need it now more than ever, because the new direction in our culture has come from podcasters. It has come from Twitter. It has come from Instagram. It has come from people with takes. They call it now takes. Oh, that's an interesting take. I don't like your take. It has come from takes, but it hasn't come from people who know how to orate and put this to a beat in the lyrics so we could still bop our head. We still could dance. We still could create an atmosphere based off of your words. It's stuff that I listened to. I was listening to the X Clan the other day, and I was like, damn, this was fire. Like, maybe I didn't understand what was going on at the time of this, but this is kind of doper than what I thought it is when I listen back. So again, go back to the drum machines. There's nothing wrong with busting out that drum machine. There's nothing wrong with busting out that sample. There's nothing wrong with that. New York, please, New York artists, everything is not about the club. There is no clubs in New York. So I don't know why all y'all keep trying to make this dance music and you keep trying to make this anthem. You keep trying to make this song that everybody's just going to have the clubs going crazy. No, it's not. It's not, and it hasn't. People want music that we could be introspective with, that we could think about, that we could get different perspectives on life. Or, wow, you went through that? Nas said something when he said in halftime, he said, I was scared to grab the mic and kick my little raps because I thought niggas wouldn't understand. That was deep to me, because I was like, damn, when I first was going to do the whole podcasting thing and I first was going to start speaking, I was like, nobody's going to understand what I'm saying. No, I'm not going to resonate with nobody. I knew that I figured that nobody would like what I was saying. How wrong was I? What if I didn't ever decide to do this? What if many others didn't decide to do this? What if we didn't use our voice as a voice of reason, as a voice to speak to people, and as a voice to teach people different things or just give them perspective. Yeah, my perspective is not always right, but I don't think my perspective is disrespectful sometimes. Sometimes I say stuff in jest and people get angry at my humor. Sometimes my humor might not be humorous to some, and that's fine. But has been replaced by drill music. It has been replaced by trap music. We don't understand that. We don't understand that culture. We're not from that. So if it's just this influx of that, if this is the biggest thing that we have right now, what are we to do? We before I let go out, we need new rap, new music. That don't mean it has to sound like you've been in the basement. That don't mean it has to be dirty and these crazy ad libs and filtered beats. It doesn't have to be like that. But it can be a 2023, 2024 new way of conveying your messages. We need certain stuff. We need certain sonics. And sometimes I think some of these people are too rich to understand what's going on. And if you're too rich to understand what's going on in society, fine. Fine. But it's your duty to pass the baton. See, this is a race. This is a race. You got things that you won. You got your trophies. But when you in the relay, you pass the baton. You should be proud to see somebody else do what you fear to still do. And it's so many elders in our culture, respectfully, that didn't put anybody on. I always wonder, who is Rakim's understudy? Who is LL's understudy? And the problem is some of the youth, they put their man on. Their man can't rap, but you know what? They're going to help him. They man can't do this, but you know what? I'm going to help them. Maybe too many of the elders was egotistical. Maybe too many of the elders didn't understand the impact of helping other people because it's an extension of you. So again, they might have the thinking of you not nice. I'm not helping you. I cringe when I hear stories of I could have signed J. Cole, but I didn't want to. I could have signed Kendrick, but I didn't want to. I could have signed R.J. Payne. I could have signed Benny and them, but I didn't want to. I passed on it. Why? Why did you pass on something that reminded you of you? Why did you pass on something and you didn't help something that you listen to now? It's horrible. Why did you pass on that? Why did you just say, you got to figure it out? Why didn't you use your platform, your tutelage, and your elder statesmanship in the culture to help certain people? So when we looking at right now, it could be some of our fault. The youth are to be educated. And if you could take them and educate them and they sprinkle in some of what they do and sprinkle in some of what we do, hey, you get what I'm saying? Hey, now we have this, I get a little upset when I see certain people running the culture with their music. It's not about whether you like Drake or don't like Drake. But Drake is not the only artist we have. It's thousands. But it's like when he drops, everything goes there. You have Ransom that drop. You got 38 Special. You got Griselda. You have Six Figure Digger just dropped a project. Did y'all know that Black Rob Life Story 2 is out right now? Did y'all know that? Black Rob Life Story 2 is out right now. You didn't even know that. You didn't even know that. Black Rob Life Story 2 is out right now. Something is wrong. Something is broke. Something is broke. We still rehashing stories That took place over 20 years ago. We still talking about what happened with Rockefeller. We still talking about Biggie and Tupac, respectfully. We're still talking about their beef. We're still talking about things that cannot be recreated and is not going to be recreated. But if we are to survive as a culture, then it has to be recreated. And y'all could listen, let me show you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Q-Born, thank you for your super chat. I'm gonna show you right now. Let me show you. Hold on while I Black Rob. Yeah, Black Rob, right? Life story. I wouldn't even come on, y'all know I went cat with y'all. Look. Let me dim the thing. So yeah, it's right on it's right on your iTunes right now. Black Rob Life Story 2 is out right now. It's out right now. But you don't know these things because if it's not promoted on social media or certain people didn't tweet it, you're not gonna know. And you being cheated out of good music. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Many of you guys, if you feel like you got a record, you see what's going on in society, there is no society records anymore. I mean, we've been through hell in the past few years. There's no more society records. Everything is up. Everything is I don't trust this person. That's not who we are. That's who we were created. That's what we created, but that's just not who we are. This mistrust, this anger, this backbiting, this stabbing. That's all the music we get right now. This love on them, fuck them and I get some money, That's not who we are. That's not who we are. But when Queen Latifah moves on, when Moni Love moves on, when some of them women move on because they feel aged out or it's a young man's sport or a young woman's sport, we're left with that. When MC Light doesn't want to make music, we're left with that. So it's just very I see a lot of people who are afraid. I see a lot of people who don't want to do music because they think nobody's gonna want to hear it. Yo, I'm too old, or yo, that was my dream, that was my pen. I was like, yo, but you was nice though. You were nice. You were actually dope. Please put out music. Please do it. And I don't know if it's the guy in me that's maybe of a certain age, but hey, man, I want to hear a new EPMD album. I want to hear a new Redman album with Eric Sermon on the production. Just certain things that I want to hear. And a lot of times people say, oh, you want old music? Play they old stuff. Well, I do. But there's a lot of old stuff that we don't know exists. And again, this whole giving flowers things is cool. Giving flowers to people while they're alive. But you know what's happening in this culture? Nobody's talking about the music. And I see now everybody's trying to say, let's get to talking about the music. Well, when I did my Drink Champs episode, that's what I said. When we going to talk about the music, I seen Tyler, the Creator, say that. I heard Joe Button say it recently. And I agree with them. Let's talk about the music. Let's talk about the culture. Who didn't sign who didn't do this to who did this to who is not helping the culture. It's helping gossip. It's helping the Shade Room. It's helping Tasha K. It's helping a lot of that shit that has nothing to do with our culture. Our culture is not going to survive this way. That's why even the people who you think are popping, they're not popping. When your numbers come back, nobody's listening to it. So I started saying to myself, damn, if the City Girls flop, and this woman has the #1 hip hop show according to BET Awards, if Saucy Santana was all viral for going to academics and you had straight men saying that they was happy that he finally put academics in his place, if everybody was happy, how come you only stream 8,000? Are you really happy or you like the shit show? Are you really want to hear the music or you like the shit show? So it's starting to become like, yo, what are we supporting? Who are we pushing forward? Who do we want to see? Because it's there. It's there. It's there. You got many forms of hip hop. At one point, you had hip house. You had hip house. You had reggae hip hop, reggae infused in hip hop. You had hardcore hip hop. You had love songs. Rappers used to make love rap songs. LL, I Need Love. MC Shan, Left Me Lonely. Big Daddy Kane, Day by Day. Heavy D, Don't You Know. Method Man, All I Need. When the last time you hear anything like that? So when you see Latin music and Afro beats taking over, and they say that because these people are coming in the culture rapping and singing about love. You can only kill but so many people. You can only sell but so many drugs. You can only have so many ops. You can only have but so many haters. Gotta start changing it up. You gotta switch it up or it ain't gonna be here because nobody's buying it. Nobody's like One Shot at Love. That was Sweet Tea with One Shot at Love. No, that's LL. But you had another song by Sweet Tea called Why Did It Have to Be Me? And that was Sharice from Changing Faces on that. Look up Sweet Tea. Why Did It Have to Be Me? And that girl singing on that is Sharice from Changing Faces. Look it up. And when you leave a comment on the video, say Doggy Diamond sent you here. But I would love to talk about the music. I would love to talk about the creation, the art form. But it so happened that the people don't want to hear it. And if you're a person that want to hear it, then you have to share these videos. You have to like these videos. You have to take clips and put portions out to people and say, this is where we need to go. This is another perspective. We can still have all those things. All those things is necessary, but you can't have too many of one thing. You can't have too many of one thing. And right now, it's just too much of one thing. And I feel like people are scared. When I looked at Cameron and Mace talk about Joel Santana, I've been to Joel Santana's studio. He has thousands of songs in his computer. Thousands of songs in his computer. He just won't put them out. I think a lot of people lost their confidence. I think a lot of people lost what they know they have, but they're scared because you're going to be judged. They got a little older. They put on a little weight. We can't reclaim yesteryear. I'm not the man I was in 2019. Hopefully, I'm improved and better. But that's all perception. I know where I'm at. So again, the age limit, the whole you too old, you aged out, nobody want to hear that. Yes, they do. But we got to support it. We got to support it. We the only culture of people who will tell somebody that it is a privilege to age that they're too old. Don't you know that getting old is a privilege? It's a privilege to get old. How many people would love to have their granny right here, their grandmother, their grandfather, one of their elders, their favorite aunt, but they was old and they passed away from age? So why is it that us as a culture look at everybody and say who's old, but look at the youth? Who is going to lead what we're doing and what we love into the next few years? Because remember, these the people is that going to be raising your children via the music. Can you play today's music for your children? For your nieces, your nephew, your daughters? Can you play today's music? That's why you still playing a lot of classics. That's why you can't play today's stuff, because everything became raunchy, vulgar. So this is the problem. So you have urban contemporary music. That's like telling the Whispers, don't sing anymore. When Ron Osley come out on stage, he has his gray out. He's a little older. People look and say, damn, he got old. Well, I would think he would be old if he was around since the damn 60s and 70s. We gotta stop looking at people as they're old and they're washed up and they need to stop. If they're doing age appropriate stuff, fine. Fine. That's what it's all about. Let's not knock them. Let's say, yo, man, we need another album. Because when we look at Jim Jones and we look at Mano, I didn't know Mano was as old as he is. I didn't know Mano was 50. I didn't know that. So that was the gripe with some people saying the lobby boys because y'all in the lobby. Still, it doesn't make sense to people. But what else are they supposed to do? Because if they start rapping about something that you can't mess with, then they don't get no numbers. And I'm telling you, what's happening right now with a lot of people that you see on your feed is people are doing stuff for numbers. The numbers are bragging rights. The numbers mean your relevance. And the numbers to some people mean that people care about what you're saying and you're doing. And me, I'm going to get my numbers regardless. So I march to the beat of our own drum. I could have been talking about whatever I want to tonight, but I decided to talk about this at 10:20 something at night. I could have been talking about what everybody else is talking about. I could have put names in my title. Diddy and Cassie is still real. Kermit Campbell is still real. Those is going to get views and numbers. But I said, yo, you know what? Damn, I was talking to Tajo today, and I was talking about people being a certain age and them rapping, and I know their fear of wanting to do it because they don't feel like they're going to be received. No, we need that. We need that. And then if you're going to do a mashup between the young and the old, bring the young to you. For example, when 21 Savage dissed Nas, what did Nas do? He did a song with 21 Savage, but he didn't rap like 21 Savage. He rapped like Nas with 21 Savage. It made sense. He didn't go try to be on 21 Savage level. He stayed Nas and said, yo, young homie, come up here with me. Rock with me. And it made sense. But many of us have these platforms and we can say whatever we want, and we get trolls in the comments. We get people in the comments that want to say this and say that, but that should never stop you from saying what you're going to say, because everything is not for everybody. And I just say to people, if it's not for you, you could have scrolled past. You could have kept going. You're not going to deter me. You're not going to deter my message. You're not going to deter what I have to say, because I'm always going to say what I feel I want to say. That's why we build platforms. And it's not for you to agree with and disagree with all the time. Shit, many people love the damn Andre 3000 Flute album. I didn't like it. I'm not dissing nobody for liking it. So why you dissing me for disliking it? I'm not calling you a D-Rider. I'm not calling you weird. I'm not saying none of that. I let you listen to it, and if you feel like you could meditate to it, or you could, if there's a carpet coming somewhere because you played the flute, or you're going to warp to the fourth board, so be it. Right? So be it. But there's plenty of Nas's. This culture is not about Nas, Jay-Z, and that's it. We have others. We have Ghostface. We have Raekwon. We got Method Man. We got the whole Wu-Tang Clan. We have different people of that age range that can still do it. But I don't think they do it because they don't think they're going to be received. And I think that's the problem. I think that's the problem. So I think they need more encouragement. I think they should do music. I think they should do albums. Don't try to recapture your youth. No, man, you 50. How does a 50-year-old man think? Some of us want to be 50. We can't wait to turn 50. So tell us from the perspective of a 50-year-old, because the 27-year-olds can't tell us from their perspective because we've been there and done that. And when we was your age, we didn't do that. So it doesn't resonate. It doesn't resonate. Misha Bell says the labels won't put money behind their projects. I get that. So that's when you do different Kickstarters, you do different crowdfunding. Sometimes you got to spend your money. Listen, I'm not funded. I'm not funded by nobody. Everything you see me do right now comes out of my pocket. Everything. Everything you see me do, I pay for it. Why? Because this is what I want to do. And sometimes when you want to do something, it's going to cost you. Might cost you a little, might cost you a lot, but it's going to cost you. I never had a crowd fund. I never had a GoFundMe. I never had an Indiegogo. I never had anything. I just do what I do. If I get support, fine. If I don't get support, fine. But I don't care about the system. The system is broken. So I don't care about a label. I don't care about a network. I don't care about none of that. I don't even fit in with some of that stuff. So if you don't fit in the label structure. So if you are one of these guys and you've been in the culture for about 20, 30 years, you have a fan base. Sometimes it's not about selling 40,000 units the first week. Sometimes you might have 4,000 or 5,000 real, true, blue, die-hard fans. That's it. That's it. It's not about numbers no more, because we know the numbers now are fake. We know the numbers could be fudged. How could you compete with somebody who has a streaming farm? How can you compete with somebody who has 20 logos on their project? So the 20 logos are going to make sure this is everywhere. So again, you know, I don't like giving people an out. Gotta find a way. I be sitting here right now. If you see, you see the tabs I got, and I'm messing with this. And also you probably, please, anybody who subscribed to if you subscribe to my podcast, please check your spam folder, because you're getting automated emails from me. So I found a way to do automated systems. Come on, man. These guys have millions of dollars, touch millions. I ain't even getting none of that. And I still figure it out, and I still could stay relevant and start another channel and get 50,000 subscribers and all that and work. I don't listen. The old way is out, but you take the wisdom and you deal with the new way. That's it. That's it. I gotta adapt to certain things. I gotta adapt to what's going on. You have to. You have to. Or you left the culture, because we can't be sitting here, right, celebrating dudes like they're about to die. We got a paid in full foundation, and we giving Scarface and Rakim health care. And I'm all for that. But come on, man, they still able-bodied men that's able to make some music, or at least put somebody out under them. At least teach somebody. At least teach somebody. Teach somebody. You teach somebody. And it always don't have to be your son. It doesn't always have to be your somebody that that's kin to you. It could be somebody that you see, it's a diamond everywhere. Sometimes you have to polish the diamond. The jewel sometimes only look good next to other jewels. Sometimes you got to give the diamond jewels. Sometimes you got to give good sound advice. Sometimes you got to let them know the pitfalls of the culture so they won't go through it. But you can go through it via rap. Imagine all these interviews that we've seen of these artists. Imagine if they put it in music form. Imagine some of these stories we heard if they told it in a rap. You don't think you would sell a lot of music? You don't think when certain stories was told, if you put it in rap form and you told the story via a song, everybody's going to listen to it, even if it's for one day. Even if you get 1 million streams in one day, 2 million streams in one day. Thank you, Pura Vida, for supporting me. Even if you get 2 million streams in one day, you got 2 million streams. That's it. You got 2 million streams. But what do we get out of? I love interviews. I ain't gonna diss no interviews. But what are we getting out of an interview? And you don't have no project. What are we getting out of an interview? And you don't have anything right now to push to the public. A lot of times you think you got a great artist like Tretch, who's always been Tretch. But people don't know about Naughty by Nature. People don't say, yo, go stream Naughty by Nature. They don't know how big that was in the 90s when that OPP came out and Hip Hop Parade and Uptown Anthem and all that. They don't know about that, but that's what people should know. And I think he still got it in them to do that. I think they still got it in them. So I just wanted to say that to y'all, man. If you still know how to rap. Put it out there. You never know. Somebody might like it. Everybody might hate it. But the shot you didn't take is still a shot missed. You got to take the shot. You got to take the shot. You have to take the shot. And because when interviews became about clicks and likes. So a lot of times people ask questions that are loaded questions. A lot of people do interviews and it's rhetorical questions. They already was privy to certain information, so they asked the interview based off of what can go viral. What's my viral moment in this interview? Sometimes you got dudes like Nardwuar. You think he thinks about going viral? He just do what he does. He got his own style. He got his own thing. People rock with it. And he gets top. I don't know who his management is or who his PR is, but he get the top artists that they'll sit with Nardwuar, whatever his name is. So now you just have people who asking stuff and they get their soundbite and that's it. But I didn't learn anything new from you. I didn't learn this. I didn't learn that. You didn't give me no direction. You don't have no music coming out. You don't have certain things that's needed. And what happened with the interview culture is that anybody with a microphone think they can do an interview. So now you got a lot of rehashed, regurgitated interviews that you saw before. And then you have people that'll say, yeah, I heard you say that before, but you didn't say it on my platform. No, find a way to ask the question different. You still could get the same answer, but you can ask it a different way. And that's what it become. That's what it's become. So now we get all the elder statesmen. Only time you see them is when they're on there talking about how they wasn't done right or how this happened or that didn't happen. No. We need a lot of these elder statesmen in the culture to put out some music. Seriously. Because we can't say you the GOAT or you the greatest if we're judging you off of 1987. Just really think about that. We can't say you the GOAT or the greatest if what you did was in 1987. Some people wasn't even born then. And we'll hold you in high regard as a veteran, one of the greatest. But could you really walk around and say I'm the greatest? If what you did was in 1987, what you did is in 1988. Shit, look at Kane and KRS-One on the verses. Them two men showed why they're considered to be some of the greatest ever, because they put on a show, the lyrics was dope, the beat was dope. But we don't see that from a lot of people. You know, LL, you got to put out a new album. You have to. Some of them gotta do a verses. Some of them have to do things. You can't, listen, man, I can't walk around with the trophy forever. The trophy got to get passed to somebody else. We love Mike Tyson as a boxer, but hey, it was other boxers that came out after him that was kicking ass. We could love Mike for what he did, but there's actually boxers after him. There's actually boxers after him that was good. You know, so again, that's a bad analogy because boxing and hip hop sometimes is synonymous with these artists come and they want to say, you know, the boxer says, one hit and I'm back in the game. One hit and I'm the champion. And then you get Razor Ruddock versus James Toney, that shit show, you know. But what I'm saying is that a lot of artists come in trying to make hit records. A hit record comes to you. You don't make a hit. You don't make a hit. The hit comes to you. The hit comes out of working. The hit comes out of a singing. Listen, let me tell you something about music, right? Some of the best songs that ever came from hip hop are songs that were made by mistake. You know how many beats I made that was dope? That I remember I made this beat one time. I was sampling Wes Montgomery. It was a Wes Montgomery sample. And as I sampled it, the record jumped. The record jumped to another part, but it sounded like I sampled it like that, and it was a complete mistake. It was Wes Montgomery. And I was like, yo, what just happened? But I sampled it, and it was a good jump. But every time I played the record, it wouldn't jump no more. It just jumped that one time. Sometimes the best music comes out of mistakes. Sometimes the best music comes out of just working. Sometimes you got to work your way through it. You got to work through the rust. Damn, I ain't really lay a 16 in a minute, or I ain't rap to this tempo in a minute. I ain't got it like I used to. Come on, man. You know, we some people don't like the AI. Some people don't think the AI is cool for music. But this AI thing might give us a new DOC album. With those DOC lyrics in 2023. We might get another Beanie Siegel album. Now, before I close, imagine what they would do to be able to rap like their old self again. Even at the age they at, if they could just rap again. They lost their voice. They lost their voice. They lost their voice. Here it is, you got a voice, and you don't use it. You got a voice, and you don't use it. And there's so much to be said. There's so much information to be given, and you won't give it. This is the 50th year of hip-hop. The 50th year. The 50th year of hip-hop. Allegedly, because I'm not buying into that. But we need a project. Give us the projects we never got. Give us the Mac and Brad project. Let's do AI with Beanie and Scarface. Let's do a Nas and Rakim song finally. Besides, they did the song Classic for Kanye. It was fire. It was KRS-One, Kanye, Nas, and Rakim. Was dope. It was for I think some sneakers or something like that. I think it was for Uptown. Yeah, it was for Uptown. That was Rakim's song, as a matter of fact. Imagine what they could do. Imagine what they could create. Imagine. And document it. We gonna buy it. Package it nice. We gonna buy it. We gonna look at it. But we keep saying music is trash. This is trash. That's trash. Yo, what else do we have? So you find yourself maybe listening to 21. You might say, damn, 21 Savage is kind of nice. And then you know he not nice. But what else do you have? I mean, shit, when you hungry, you going to eat what you got. You might not like corned beef at all. Are you going to starve or you going to eat the corned beef? That's what it is right now in the culture. A lot of the elder statesmen have been aged out. They've been discouraged by the labels by the system, by the agenda. So now they're scared. Put the music out. Kool Keith is still putting out music. Nas is putting out music. Ed O.G. is putting out music. It's a lot of them. And I look at all. I seen Greg Nice put out some music. Yo, I listen to all of it. I listen to all of it. Because again, I'm curious to hear what they're going to say. So that's really it, man. I ain't want to be on my soapbox, but I had to, man, because I be seeing too many dudes that I know nice as hell. They still nice, but they scared. They don't know if they're going to be received. They being told not to do this, not do that. Nah. Yeah, 21. Nah. Nah. Use your celebrity and put out music. Because if you really got celebrity, put the music out. That's how you gauge whether you got followers or supporters. There's a difference. There's a difference between followers and supporters. The job of supporters, if you're a rapper, they want to hear you. The job of followers is they just want to see you. They don't want to hear you. And we do stuff. We look at people and say how bad they look now, or they got old, or damn, life been rough for him, and all. Like we all ain't getting old. Like we all don't got an ache here that we didn't have 2 years ago. Like we all, or don't got a wrinkle here or grays or whatever. Like that happens. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. I remember giving Sean Price a fire beat. Rest in peace to my brother, Sean Price. I remember giving him a beat. He said, yo, I love this beat, but I can't rap to it. I said, why not? I said, my fans going to get mad at me. They never heard me on nothing like this. And I was like, yo, but this is fire. He like, nah, I like it, but I just can't do it. That's what some of the people did to some of these artists. Not only the labels and the system, some of the people. I seen somebody tweet Benny the Butcher today and say, yo, man, I only really like you over boom bap beats because of the song he got with Lil Wayne. I'm like, yo, if the man has given you about 900 boom bap songs, he can't try something different? He gotta get off. He gotta stay there for you. He's not allowed to evolve and grow. I just saw that tweet today. I love boom bap. I love samples. I love melodic music. I love samples. One of my favorite producers ever will always be, my top producer ever. It's a few of them, but I'm always going to be a fan of Pete Rock music. But then I love Eric Sermon music too, but it's two different contrasts of the same dope shit. It's both boom bap, it's both hip hop, but Pete might be melodic on some stuff. And then on this, E Double might have been melodic. On this, Pete Rock might have went on some hard drums. And on this, Eric Sermon might have went, he plays music with Marvin Gaye. And then you have Jay Dilla, who is the illest, because Jay Dilla was doing what he was doing with limited equipment, but it sounds like what they're doing today with all this equipment and all of this waves and all of this slicing and all that. He was doing the slicing thing before you were able to do the slicing thing. So that's why when I listen back to Jay Dilla, I'd be like, damn, I really don't get the genius he was with doing some of this stuff, because he had limited equipment. The equipment that he had didn't do it for you the way the equipment that they have now does it for you, and they still don't do it. They still don't do it. So you have people like Black Milk. But see, look, the drumless beats are not boom bap. See, this is what happens. You had records like EPMD, please listen to my demo. That was a sample. There's always been samples, but the drums, first of all, comes from our ancestry, right? The drums is the heartbeat. That's the heartbeat of everything. I mean, think about Tribe Called Quest when Bonita Applebone drums come in. Can I kick it? When them drums come in on any beat, it's the most important part of the beat. So what they did was they stripped the important part and they did something that was experimental, and then they OD'd with it. They OD'd with it. You can have some beats with no drums, but the drums is important. The drums used to be the trails. The drums follow the drum. This is where they at. They're playing the drums. I can hear them playing the drums. The drums is our people, period. I don't care if you from Trinidad. I don't care if you Jamaican. I don't care if you from Africa. I don't care if you here from the Americas. Even the Native American Indians were playing the drums. The drums is our thing. When you take the drums away, it no longer becomes our thing. Even the bass line. The bass line is important. The bass line is the groove. I be telling people, yo, you made that beat. What's your bass line? So what they did was they stripped the music. They put just an 808, which is very, very low bottom frequency. An 808 is very, very low. They put an 808, they put hi-hats in there, and they put noise. So that's why the music sometimes make people act out, because of the noise of the music. People say the frequency, it could be the frequency, but it's the noise. Your heart beats, boom, 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 boom. That's a 4/4 measure. That's a 4/4 measure, or 1/8 or 1/4. Most people heartbeat in 1/4. Boom, 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 boom. Your heart don't go boom, 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 boom. But the drum is doing that. It fucks with you. I'm telling you, it fucks with you. One time, I went to see I used to go see somebody called an iridologist. Long story of who he is and what they do. And he said to me, you listen to a lot of loud music. That's what he told me. I didn't tell him what I do. He said, you listen to a lot of loud music. I said, why? He said, because your nervous system is horrible. And I said, well, how you know I got a bad nervous system? He said, hold your hand out. And as I held my hand out, it was doing like this. My hand was doing this. He said, you drink coffee? No. You smoke cigarettes? No. You drink alcohol? No. He said, look at your hand. You can't even keep your hand still. Your nervous system is messed up. That was then. And he said to me, it's the loud music messing with your nervous system. It's directly on your ears, directly on your brain, or directly in speakers. The loud music, turn the music down. And I was like, huh? He said, yeah, turn the music down. It's no good for you. And I was like, damn. You ever been to a reggae bashment or a club and them speakers kicking? Respectfully, you could feel it in your nuts. You never been, and them speakers, boom, boom, boom. You could feel it in your nuts. Seriously. You think some vibration is supposed to be triggering your nuts like that? Or juggling your sack around? Just really think about that. Respectfully, I ain't trying to be freaky or weird. I'm just saying. That music it's not good for you. It's not good for you. But this is what they did with the music. But some of the elders, I mean, Rakim played the drums. Or No the Ledge, he plays a saxophone. Imagine what he's able to do. You know what I'm saying? So again, yeah. Yeah, you gotta be careful with music. You know, you gotta be careful with music. Some of the elder statesmen in the culture get it. They understand the music. They understand the frequencies. I mean, how good do you feel when you hear as soon as Reminisce horn come on, you just like, oh, I can't wait for this beat to come in. And then it kicks in. When you hear Faking the Funk, ba, 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 you just like, at the age of 19, you just automatically going to start bopping, moving. When the last time that happened? When the last time you've heard music? When the last time you had music that when it's coming on, you automatically flip? You automatically like, yo, when these drums kick in, I'm going crazy. Don't happen. It don't happen. When you heard From the Slums of Shaolin, when you heard that, you like MATJ, you was going crazy. You don't hear that anymore because now the music, listen to the music. Now the sonics are better. The volume is better, meaning that a lot of music was very, very lo-fi because they didn't know what to do to make it hi-fi music. But then now look. But the elder statesmen know how to do it. Like Dr. Dre understands sonically certain stuff that most won't get. You know what I'm saying? So now, if you listen to some of your old records on iTunes, some of your own songs, especially like Brand Nubian album, you got to turn it up real loud in your headphones. You're like, yo, this music is low. It needs to be digitally remastered. But why would they digitally remaster songs like Slow Down? You think they want you to know that stuff? And again, we got to get past the teachy preachy stuff because for the most part, really nobody cares. We're a small group of people who cares about that. We got to stick together, speak together, and rock together. But we're a very, very small group of people who cares about people. It ain't a lot of people who care about people. People say they care about people, but it doesn't reflect in their behavior. It doesn't reflect in their speech. I mean, you know, when you could take topics and put your platform on a line just talking about something and people will still come in to the comments and find a way to take problems with you, you know this system is broke. You know the perception is broke. You know that the way you're received by some people, you don't have to get received by everybody. It just is what it is. But at the end of it all, yo, if you a rapper, rap. I mean, imagine, you know, what if, you know, some of you had singing grandmothers, some of singing grandfathers, some uncles that knew how to sing. Imagine right now you hear one of your uncle albums. It's one of your favorite uncles. One of your favorite uncles, but the world didn't hear the album, but you hear your uncle. This is your uncle voice. It's the only memory you have. Some of y'all gonna have grandchildren, and it's gonna be a part of your lineage for your family to hear your voice. Some people are gonna forget your voice. So take your music and make your music and immortalize it so your kids can say, that was my great-great-grandmother, or listen to this. It's not about whether you're good or not. This is how my grandmother sounded. That's why I do what I do. I'm going to be immortalized. For years to come, my family is always going to be able to look me up and say, damn, that was my cousin. That was my father. That was my uncle. That was my brother. I'm always going to be it. That's why I speak. That's why I speak. Because what I said 14 years ago, in some cases, I still can use today. We still can use today. That's why you don't stop working. That's why you don't stop working, because it's not always about you. Sometimes we're not going to get our just due right now. We're not going to get our just due. What did Tupac say? I want to be the one to spark the seed for change. Sometimes you don't get it. You won't get it. But all right, man. I could talk to y'all about music forever, but you know, I got other stuff to do. I'm actually here working on some stuff. I was trying some stuff. So if you look at the lower half of the screen, being that this is the Interlude TV and you looking at me on TV, the other Doggy Diamonds TV, I used to put a banner up to let you know what the show was about. So what I did was I took on the bottom down there, I took a TV flashing the thing about the TV, and I put that on it. So that's what you're looking at. I'm just trying different stuff. You know, I like being creative. I like working on the stuff, and I just did this in like 5 minutes, um, right before I got on the screen, and you know, I could show you how I did it. You know, anything that I do is always learnable. Just did it right in Canva, put a green screen behind it, you know, and this is it right here. And then I just took Photoshop and just took the words that I made from the thumbnail, that you can see the thumbnail, because that's what that is as well. That's actually this right here, you see right here, that's actually the lines from the television as well too. And you can just see everything right here as I start filling it in. This is actually the thumbnail. So yeah, you know, see, that's just the thumbnail. That's what I did. And hold on, one more thing is something is missing. No, that's not it. This something is missing because I can't see the word, the URL. There we go. This is the thumbnail. So just strip the thumbnail now, take the words, put it on the screen, do it in Canva, put it on the green screen. That's it. So you know, not rocket science, but you know, just finding ways to be creative, to stay young, to do different things, because this is what keeps us alive. But imagine, you know, imagine if I stopped. Imagine if I didn't do anything no more. That's what age you know. You got to find ways to keep growing. And I keep growing because I keep creating. I keep wanting to do stuff. I keep, you know, figuring out new stuff. I keep thinking new things, you know. So it is what it is. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Make sure you share, you know, this broadcast. I got a lot of stuff coming up, and I always be saying that to y'all. But please kick me on my ass. Find me on Twitter, Instagram. Tell me, yo, put out that Killer Priest interview. We want to see it. Put out this, put out that, because I got creative ADD. I could be working on something and then I won't be working on it no more. But I'm always working on something, you know. But one of the main things that I work on every day is self. I work on myself every day. This is not an easy seat to sit in. This is not easy. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to know that this is not easy. But I love talking about music, and I don't want y'all to ever feel that you're too old for anything. Anything you want to do, you're not too old to do it. As long as you're doing it within the confines of knowing your age and doing age-appropriate stuff, do what you want to do. Stop letting limitations limit you, because you didn't put the limitation on yourself. Somebody else put the limitation on you. And sometimes we succumb to pressure of others that don't got the balls, the gall, or the courage to do what we do. So as long as you got the courage, as long as you got the balls, ladies, as long as you got the ovaries, do what you got to do. I'm going to make the shorts a Prodigy, but I got to do that on Forbes DVD channel, and I'm going to do that. I actually did some of them, but I'm going to do more. Yeah, so yo, until next time, I appreciate y'all. You know, I will holler when it's finished. Watch these related videos and subscribe.